From the Miami Arena in Miami, Florida, Sports Channel Florida presents University of Miami basketball. Tonight, the #1 rated Blue Devils of Duke University take on the Hurricanes of the University of Miami. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to University of Miami basketball. Here at the Miami Arena, I'm Frank Messer along with Jim Mandich. And Jim, this is what it's all about. You got to get out there and play with the big boys someday. And this is it for Miami, the #1 rated Blue Devils of Duke.
Duke is awfully tough. Their average margin of victory this year in a 5-0 record, 33 points. They outright rebound the opposition, 12 by 12 rebounds a game. They are awfully special. 5 guys, 6'10" or bigger. We can keep rating off the numbers here, but Duke is as good as they come, and that's why they're #1 in the country.
And they're led by All-American, All-Atlantic Coast, and all just about everybody, Danny Ferry, who is rated as one of the top basketball players in the entire country.
He is special, and he's got a great supporting cast. This is going to be a real test for the Miami Hurricanes. To win, they need to get into their transition game. They need to get some easy buckets off the fast break. That'll help them shoot for a good percentage.
The last time Miami faced a nationally known team, UCLA, they seemed to be in awe of the UCLA ball players. What about tonight? Do you think they're over that?
Well, I think that's the kind of game you throw the can of film out the window and you say, that was a bad night, we go on from there. This is a different ball game. They play 31 games during the course of a season. It's important that they don't vector all of their energies and the importance on this game and lose focus of the fact that they've got a lot of basketball ahead of them. It's an important ball game, but it's not the only game of the year.
Okay, and I'm sure those thoughts will be echoed by Bill Foster, and we'll meet the Miami coach right after this timeout on Sports Channel Florida. We're back at the Miami Arena, where in just a moment or two, the Duke Blue Devils, rated #1 in the country, take on the Hurricanes of the University of Miami. Just a little side note to this game, as you see the crowd building in the background as our Sports Channel cameras are set up, we see a lot of folks in the second deck of the arena tonight, an indication that this could be the largest home crowd in University of Miami basketball history. The largest crowd ever to see the Hurricanes at home, 6,524 against Florida State at the Convention Hall on March 1st of 1965. Now here's what the Blue Devils have done. They've played and beaten Kentucky, the Citadel, East Carolina, Northwestern, and Stetson. And as Jim Mandich mentioned it to you in his opening remarks, they have won every game by an average of somewhere right at 35 points per game difference. The Blue Devils, rated #1 in the country, and are very, very tough. And now let's go to public address announcer Jay Rokeach for the player introductions.
Blue Devils. Let's introduce to you the starting lineup tonight. First for the visitors, the Blue Devils of Duke University. They entered tonight's game with a 1988 record of 5 victories and no defeats. At the guard position, at 6'3" and 175 pounds, a senior from Mercer Island, Washington, number 14, Quinn Snyder. At the other guard position, 6'4", 170-pound junior from University Park, Illinois, number 3, Phil Henderson. At the center position, 6'10" junior from Bloomfield, New Jersey, number 30, Ala Abdelnaby. At the forward position, 6'5", 205-pound junior from Fayetteville, North Carolina, number 21, Robert Brickey. And at the other forward position, 6'10" senior from Bowie, Maryland, number 35, Danny Ferry. And the head coach of the Blue Devils is Mike Krzyzewski. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, introducing the starting lineup for your University of Miami Hurricanes. The Hurricanes entered tonight's game with a 1988 record of 3 wins and 1 loss. At the guard position, 6'2" sophomore from Dallas, Texas, number 12, Thomas Hocker. At the other guard position, 6'2" senior from Brandon, Mississippi, number 22, Lavertus Williams. At the center position, from Rocky Mount, North Carolina, senior number 45, Mark Richardson. At the forward position, 6'6" senior from Sicklerville, New Jersey, number 23, Dennis Burns. And at the other forward position, 6'6" from Brooklyn, New York, senior number 32, Eric Uptown Brown. And the head coach of the Hurricanes is Bill Foster.
And with the player introductions, we're just about ready for basketball here at the Miami Arena. Duke leads in the overall series 3-1. Last season, Duke really Jim Mandich blasted the Hurricanes off the court nearly by a score of 107-69. The matchups, it'll be Bricky and Burns, Ferry and Brown. Brown's going to have his hands full. Ferry, a big man, moves well. Abdelnaby and Richardson. Richardson playing on a sore leg. Well, I don't know how much action he'll see tonight. Hocker and Snyder is going to be a good matchup, and Henderson and Williams. The Hurricanes, Jim Mandich, give away quite a bit in height to the Blue Devils.
No question about it. As you look out on the floor here, the Duke Blue Devils are big and they are physical. Miami's going to have to counteract that with their quickness.
Abdelnaby will jump at center against Eric Brown, and the game is underway. Duke quickly down. Bricky under the basket, goes up. He is fouled. No, he traveled. I thought they got him across the arm, but he traveled before. He was hooked across the arm, and Miami will take over the ball. The Hurricanes cannot afford to miss opportunities in this basketball game. They work the ball to Richardson, and it's off his hands and out of bounds, and that is turnover number 1.
I hope we're not chalking that up too much on the scorecard tonight. We talked to Coach Foster prior to the game. One of his keys, less than 15 turnovers against Duke.
All right, they get the ball to Ferry, and the right-hand hook is no good. He follows up his own shot and scores. So it's Ferry, and Duke 2, the Canes nothing. Brown, the left side, ball knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Robert Bricky, a 6'5" junior from Fayetteville, North Carolina. So the Hurricanes will inbounds it. Lavertus Williams gets the ball in on a nice move by Eric Brown, going to an open spot to Burns for the jumper. In and out, no good, and he is fouled. So Burns fouled by number 14, Quinn Snyder.
Snyder called with a foul on that one. We had Burns open in the near corner here on about a 15-foot jumper. Very nearly converted the field goal and was put at the line for 3. Now he'll shoot 2.
Burns hitting 3 out of every 4 from the free throw line. Has a chance to tie it up as he makes his first one. Burns is averaging 14 points per game. 6'6" senior. Then a second shot is good, and we have a tie ball game.
Need to have a big game out of Dennis Burns tonight.
That is Henderson. Henderson guarded very closely by Williams to Bricky. Now they get the ball to Quinn Snyder. Snyder trying to dance around. Hocker cannot. They tie him up for a moment. Gets the ball to Bricky. Nice move. Now Abdelnaby will go up for the shot. Good touch by Abdelnaby. Scores 2, and he is fouled as he goes up. Foul will be on Richardson.
Duke is moving the ball inside and out. Abdelnaby with a head fake goes up. Richardson gets him on the shoulder. Abdelnaby makes the field goal, and he'll go to the line for a possible 3-point play.
4-2, Duke leading. Abdelnaby at the line is not hitting, well, he is hitting too, 75%.
That's his 20th straight field goal, Frank, going over 3 games.
Well, he makes good on the free throw and converts the 3-point play. Hocker almost dragged the foot, but did not. Gets the ball back from Brown. Bounce pass to Richardson underneath. Good move, but the ball does not go for him. And Abdelnaby comes off with a rebound. The much taller Blue Devils down the right side. Ferry. Snyder. Near side to Bricky. The jumper over Richardson. No good. Battle for the rebound, and a whistle blows. Who did they call it on? It'll be against the Blue Devils of Duke.
The foul is charged against number 30, Allah Abdelnabi.
Foul was on Allah Abdelnabi.
Abdelnabi, you can see him over Hawker's back right there. And the ref quick to flag him with a foul.
Hawker down the left side. Snyder guarding him closely, and Snyder knocks the ball out of bounds. Hawker will get it back right in front of the Duke bench, or at least Miami will get it back, and Lavertus Williams will inbound the ball. They get it in to Eric Brown. Brown weaves his way through, off his foot, out of bounds, and Duke's ball. All the Blue Devils.
Tough to get that drive against Duke. They had a lot of hands reaching in there on that penetration.
Exactly. They're one of the better scoring teams in the nation and one of the best defensive teams in the nation. And the ball is taken away by Burns. He took the ball away.
Calling it double dribble.
Bricky, and then they get him for double dribbling, and Duke will get the ball back again. Good move by Burns as he took the ball away from Robert Bricky. But then he double dribbled and turned it back over.
Coach Bill Foster not too happy with that call.
So the Blue Devils. And the ball stolen away by Hawker. Bounce pass, and they lose the ball off the knee of Dennis Burns. Ferry to Bricky, and he slams it through. Duke leads 7-2.
That was a 4-point swing right there. Miami was on a great 4-on-1 break opportunity. They turned the ball over. Duke converts going the other way.
That is just something you cannot do and stay in a ball game, stay close to a team, especially a team of Duke's caliber. Good defensive play by Ferry, and the ball knocked away and off the hands of Hawker. Blue Devils ball. As soon as they can find the basketball that disappeared somewhere down under our feet here. Oh, way to go, Chip Singer. You got the basketball. Give it back to him. Let's get the game going again. Way to go, punter. All right.
See the early turnovers. Miami's got 4, Duke 3. Play has been a little sloppy early.
And the steal there by Lavertus Williams to Brown to Hawker to Bird. 2 points for the game. And it's a 7-4 Duke lead.
How many times do you see the trailer on the break get the easy gimme?
Well executed that time by the Hurricanes. That is Bricky guarded by Burns. To Ferry. Ferry guarded by Eric Brown. Underneath to Abdelnabi. He goes up. No good off the near rim. Hawker battles for the rebound. And the little man comes off with it. Knocked out of bounds by Ferry. Miami's ball.
Bill Foster is furious because they raked Hawker that time. Danny Ferry, very lucky he didn't get called for a foul on that one.
Let's look at it again.
You can see what Bill Foster's so mad about. He had a bear hug around Thomas Hawker.
Miami basketball, there was no foul. Hawker brings it up against Snyder. And intercepted by Ferry. Hawker tries to take it away, and Ferry slams it through. Danny Ferry makes it 9-4. Duke 5-5, 16:30 left to go in the first half.
Great play. That was a good example of Danny Ferry's ability. Overplays on defense, takes it the length of the court on the dribble, stuffs it into the basket.
Hawker trying to work his way in. Tied up. Now gets the shot away. 2 for Hawker. That is something we've talked about in both games we've done, Jim Mandage. The fact that we'd like to see Hawker shoot more.
He's too unselfish.
9-6 Duke. Henderson tries to drive around. Hawker cannot get by. Back outside to Snyder. Now to Ferry. Ferry guarded by Brown. 2 points, Ferry. Danny Ferry is averaging 17.5 points per game. Burns in and out, no good. And Smith on the rebound for Duke. That's John Smith, a 6'7" senior from Fort Washington, Maryland. Ferry goes up. Ferry has 2 more. And Duke leads 13-6.
Excellent feed.
Hawker slows the game down as he looks to his bench for help from Coach Bill Foster. When Snyder picks him up. They get the ball, try to get it underneath to Richardson. And the ball is tapped away. Now here comes Wiley in the ball game, but a timeout on the floor right now with the score, Duke 13 and Miami 6. We'll be right back on Sports Channel Florida. Don't go away. Well, if you want to look to last year's game, Duke winning 107-69. They outshot the Canes 53-39 from the floor, 82-68% on the free throw line. Rebounds, not that bad, 45-35. And Miami turned the ball over 26 times in that basketball game.
And they've got 4 turnovers already this game, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons Bill Foster called this timeout. Settle his ball club down. He also inserts Kevin Presto into the lineup. He's a senior, brings some leadership, and also when they put Presto into the lineup, they're looking for some quick offense.
They put Presto in for Hawker. Wiley is in for Richardson. Danny Ferry is hit 4 out of 5 from the floor, 8 points for the Duke Blue Devils. Quinn Snyder brings the ball down for the Devils. Ferry takes a shot from three-point range and scores a three-pointer. And it's 16-6, Duke by 10. Presto down quickly to Libertus Williams. Three-pointer for Williams. So he equalized Ferry's trifecta. And it's 16-9, Duke by 7. Quinn Snyder gets the ball to Ferry. Ferry goes up, shoots over Brown, and scores again.
That's got to be awfully discouraging for Eric Brown. He gives up 4 inches in that matchup.
He gives up 4 inches and 35 pounds. Brown from three-point range, no good. Wiley underneath, and he scores. There's a young man you've got to keep your eye on as the season goes along. Joe Wiley from the Washington, D.C. area, averaging a little better than 7 points a game, being limited action. Ferry shoots. Ferry scores.
Ferry is on fire right now. They need to do something to help out down there. Those guards have got to drop in the paint, rake those dribbles so that he can't get that easy shot.
Williams works it underneath. Wiley shoots. He hits. Maybe he's getting hot. 2 for Wiley, and it's 20-13. Duke by 7. Canes have got to stay close and then hope for a break in the ball game. Snyder brings it into the right side to Ferry. They try to throw the ball underneath, and he misses the man intended, Clay Buckley. So a turnover by Duke, and the Canes will bring the ball up court. There is Phil Henderson checking back into the basketball game as he replaces Quinn Snyder. Henderson, a junior from University Park, Illinois. Presto down. Driving by Henderson. Presto goes up. Goaltending. Goaltending will be charged against Bricky. And 2 points for Presto. 20-15.
Kevin Presto ought to say thank you because this ball was not going to go in. It wasn't going to get over the rim. But Bricky takes it while it's still sitting on the rim and knocks it in.
Abdelnabi shoots. Rolls across. No good. Ferry hits the deck. Loses the ball. To Williams underneath. He passes back, and Brown scores! Eric Uptown Brown, and the Canes are back to within 3. That gets the crowd to its feet here at the Miami Arena. Underneath to Abdelnabi, and he loses the ball, Miami ball. Listen to the crowd. I'll tell you, this is something the Hurricanes have not heard in a long time. Presto down. Cross-clutching to Burns. Burns tries to drive around. Bricky gets the shot away. It is no good, but a whistle blows. Foul is on Robert Bricky. And Jim will look at it for you.
This is Burns' favorite shot, the elbow jumper. He goes up, he gets hit. He still tries to force, try to get that three-pointer. Duke raked him pretty good. He'll go to the line for 2.
I tell you, that was a good decision on Burns' part. Even though you know you've been fouled, still put the ball up. If it goes, and you've got a chance for the three-pointer. He converts the first of the free throws, 20-18. He can bring the Canes to within a point with this one.
Kevin Presto and Joe Riley have ignited this one.
And he scores. It is 20-19. Duke by 1. That's Henderson. Bricky. And they throw it away. And now it is Duke that is playing very erratically. And the Canes have a chance to take the lead. 13 minutes left to go in the first half. Presto. And away from the ball, the whistle blows. Way away from it. They called a foul on Wiley. I did not see it. It was well away from the ball. I'm high on Kevin Presto.
Got a little physical down low. They whistled Joe Wiley. It could have just as easily gone against Danny Ferry.
Go Duke with the ball. Burns steals it. And the whistle blows again.
Kubek on the foul.
Greg Kubek from Clifton Park, New York. Here it is.
Good hands by Lavertus Williams. Kubek gets him on the wrist there.
That is the 4th team foul against the Blue Devils.
I'll be surprised if Coach Krzyzewski does not call a timeout because the fortunes and momentum certainly have turned around.
Presto all the way, shoots and scores! And Miami takes the lead, 21-20. Kevin Presto all the way. The Blue Devils with the ball, and the noise is deafening here at the arena at the moment.
They're on their feet.
Great, tremendous excitement. Ferry goes up for the shot. He scores. And Duke is back in front by a point. 22-21. Here's Presto. He shoots from outside. No good from three-point range. Rebound grabbed by Burns to Presto to Williams. And Brown is tripped as he starts his move. Uptown Brown is tripped. The foul will be on Ferry. Ferry.
Well, Ferry's in a sweat right there. He knows Brown's too quick for him. He gets him with a knee, trying to keep him from that pivot move into the paint.
That was the first foul on Ferry. And the 5th team foul on the Duke Blue Devils. Presto into Lavertus Williams. Back to Presto. Presto. Burns. Wiley, great play. What about those quick hands of Joe Wiley right there, Jim?
What athletic ability. That's what the coaches have been talking to us about all along, that Joe Wiley, when his basketball skills catch up with his athletic ability, he's going to be something to watch.
He used both hands on that one. He's been known just as a one-hand player. And now Henderson hits for Duke, and the Blue Devils are back out in front by a point, 24-23. Presto to Brown as the Canes set up. Lavertus Williams, Wiley in the middle, now to Burns. Shoots over Snyder, no good. Rebounded by Abdelnaby. Snyder to Henderson. Henderson guarded by Lavertus Williams, takes the shot and scores. And it's Duke by 3, 26-23. Foul on Ferry. Foul on Ferry as he tried to steal the inbounds pass from Presto, and he fouls Presto, second on Ferry.
Coach K won't be happy with that one.
Timeout is called, I believe. No, they have not called a timeout. No, there is a timeout on the floor with Duke leading 26-23. We'll be right back to the Miami Arena. Rights to this game have been granted to Sports Channel by the University of Miami solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any reproduction or other use of this program without the express written consent of Sports Channel Florida is prohibited. Well, Jim managed the Canes scoring run of 12-6 against the Duke Blue Devils and playing a whale of a basketball game.
And Kevin Presto and Joe Wiley, when they were put into the lineup, really brought some fire and scoring punch.
Presto with the ball to Richardson. Williams to Eric Brown. Brown shoots over the head of Smith and scores. And it's 26-25, Duke by a point. 10:50 left to go here in the first half of play. Henderson trying to dance around. Williams taken away by Presto, but he fouled him. Foul is on Kevin Presto.
That's okay. I think that's what Miami has to do. We're going to see the replay on this. But when that ball goes down low, the guard has to get down and help out. Presto called for getting him on the wrist, but he's going to get a lot of steals down there.
All right, Snyder handles the ball to Henderson. Drives around, Williams goes up, Richardson fouls him. Henderson fouled by Mark Richardson.
Very questionable call. I thought Henderson had the left arm out, was on a push-off. Very questionable.
Fourth team foul against the Canes.
Fourth team foul against the Canes. Second foul on Richardson, and that will send Henderson to the line. Henderson averaging 11.5 points a game. 80% of his free throws have been made. He hits on that one, and it's Duke by 2, 27-25. 10:43 left to play in the first half. Henderson out of University Park, Illinois. No good, and rebounded by Brown, but again a whistle.
A violation against Miami.
Lane violation.
I think Dennis Burns was in just a little bit early. The officials were quick to see it.
So Henderson will shoot again. And scores. It is 28-25, Duke by 3. Presto down against Snyder. Presto still dancing around, trying to find a lane. Passes back over his head. Shot is taken by Burns, and it is good by Dennis. 28-27, Duke by 1. 10.5 to go in the first half. What a basketball game this has been through the first 10 minutes or so. Henderson up, no basket. He stepped out of bounds. Henderson hit the baseline, and it's Miami's ball. Presto, the game of his life perhaps. Brown looking. Can't get it to Burns, back to Presto, and Presto will set it up again. Moving around Snyder, pass it back to Lavertus Williams. 2, 3 for Williams, and that will put Miami up 30-28. A three-pointer trifecta for Lavertus Williams. Underneath Bricky, battling for the ball, and up for the shot, no good. Lavertus Williams to Presto, back to Burns for the slam dunk.
You knew that to get the fans going here at Miami Arena.
The trifecta shot a moment ago by Lavertus Williams was his 11th out of 24 chances this year. Steal by Brown. Intercepted by Brown. Now back to Presto. To Richardson outside. Presto dancing around looking for somebody. Bounce pass in to Eric Brown. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Bricky. And there's Coach K. Don't ask me to spell it. It took me 2 years to learn how to pronounce it. Krzyzewski. Henderson. Guarded by Lavertus Williams. Get it to Bricky. Get it to Snyder. Snyder guarded by Presto. Now to Smith. Smith goes up against Brown. And there's one of those calls that I always think could go either way. They're calling it on Brown.
This is really a tough call, as you say. You can see Abdul Nabi's got it in the paint, down low.
Substitutions are plenty for Duke.
Really looks like the offensive player jumps into Brown on that play.
Bricky and Henderson go out as Coach Krzyzewski substitutes liberally. Snyder, Kubek, Smith at the free throw line. John Smith from Fort Washington, Maryland, a 6'7" senior. And it finally goes for him. He's hitting but 33% of his free throws.
Off that shot, I can understand why.
Also in there, Danny Ferry. And the second shot is also good. And Leitner is the other man in. Christian Leitner from Angola, New York, only a freshman, 6'10". He wears number 32. We'll pick him up in a moment.
Get it for stepping on the out-of-bounds line.
Presto let his foot hit the line, and Duke will take it back again. Miami leads 32-30.
Good example of the Duke pressure defense. You can see they've generated 11 turnovers so far.
Duke has turned the ball over 11 times. Miami 8. That's Ferry with the ball. Brown guarding. Ferry shoots a high shot for 2, and we've got a tie ball game at 32.
Danny Ferry has 19.
19 points already. Traveling. And a turnover by Miami, their 9th turnover.
And Wiley replaces 45, Mark Richardson.
Richardson out of the ball game for Miami.
Duke has the size in this lineup. Miami has the speed.
Hocker back in.
That's the mismatch they're going to try to take advantage of. Eric Brown has got to have a rough time down low trying to take on the likes of a 6'10" Danny Ferry.
34-32, Duke by a pair. Hocker comes up. Up court against Greg Kubek. Wiley, Presto handles the ball. Goes in for the shot, and is he fouled? Yes, he is. Presto is fouled underneath as he went up for the shot.
Presto has been very aggressive, taking it to the hole, and here he gets past Quinn Snyder. The big man comes over to give help, but Snyder on Presto's left wrist. Kevin goes to the line to shoot two.
Second personal foul on Snyder. 7th team foul against the Blue Devils. Danny Ferry is at 62% of Duke's points tonight. Presto scores. Presto came in averaging 9.5 points a game, and he hits on both of them. 34-33, Duke by one timeout is called on the court. That's the score, Duke 34, Miami 34, all tied up, and we'll be right back after this timeout on Sports Channel Florida. This season, the Hurricanes have hit 55% of their field goals and 75% of their free throws. Listen to this, though. Here in the first half so far, Miami has hit 65% of its shots from the floor, 13 out of 20, Duke 14 out of 20, 70%. And from the free throw stripe, neither team has missed. And there are the figures.
On the Duke side, Danny Ferry has 10 of 11 field goals. He's got 21 points thus far tonight.
Duke with the ball at Smith in the corner, guarded by Burns. Bounce pass to Ferry. Ferry shoots over Eric Brown for two, and Duke breaks the tie. 36-34 Blue Devils from Durham. Now Hocker down. Henderson picks him up. Hocker travels before the shot. No basket. The ball went through for Hocker, but he had traveled. Lavertus Williams comes back in for the University of Miami, and Kevin Presto goes out. There is Coach Krzyzewski. 10 years now at Duke University. Kubiak, Henderson. They find Smith on the right side. Shot is taken from three-point range and no good, and a whistle underneath. Shot was taken by Kubek.
Number 32.
Foul is on Leitner.
It is the first against Leitner and the
Christian Leitner, the 6'10", 225-pound freshman from Angola. New York called for the foul against Joe Wiley, and Wiley will go to the line. Joe has hit 69% of his shots from the free throw line this year, and he came in averaging 7.3. Sophomore center from Washington, D.C. That is the first missed free throw in the ball game by either team. Now Henderson down quickly. Ferry, Smith. Did he drag the foot? He did not. The ball is stolen by Burns. Burns all the way, solos in, and a reverse slam. Dennis Burns ties it. Show time at the arena.
He loved that one. That's his 12th point. He took off from about 8 feet out.
Plays like that will bring the crowd to its feet. Now Burns is called for a personal foul as Duke brings the ball down court.
I asked Dennis what his favorite shot was. He didn't hesitate. He said it's the dunk. He's got a soft, sweet jumper. But given his druthers, he'd much rather be out on the break, just like that last shot.
Terry inbounds the ball, handled by Kubak. Back across court to Henderson. Nice pass underneath to Ferry, who puts it up and in. That is good ball handling. Duke 38, Miami 36 with 6:35 left to go in the first half. Hocker looking for somebody, in trouble. Now gets the ball to Wiley. Good move by Wiley to come out to meet him. There is Brown along the baseline. Shoots no good, whistle. He may have been fouled. If so, it would be on number 32, Christian Leitner again.
There has been no back off in Miami's offense. They've decided to take it right at Duke. You can see Leitner on the foul, and Eric almost gets it to fall for three. He whirls. Leitner's in trouble right here. Just doesn't fall in. I am very much impressed with Miami's attack tonight.
Eric Brown at the line. First shot is good. Uptown, as we mentioned, had scored on 75% of his free throws coming in, averaging 26 and 3/10 points per game. There's a timeout on the floor with Duke leading Miami by a point, and we'll be right back. Join Sports Channel Florida during the year for all the exciting action of Hurricane basketball, baseball, and track and field. Just to mention a few of the Miami Hurricane events right here on Sports Channel Florida. Standard equipment for the Florida sportsman. 38-37 Duke by point. Eric Brown a chance to tie it up if he can sink this one. Duke has hit 69.5%, Miami 66.7% from the floor. Brown ties it up. It's 38 all. 6:27 left to go in the first half. Snyder gives the ball off to Henderson. Back to Snyder. They try to work it up money and away from the ball. The whistle blows in favor of the Hurricanes. They'll take the ball over.
They got Leitner on a 3-second violation.
Hocker brings it up. Snyder picks him up. Krzyzewski yelling at one of the officials. Brown up for the shot, no good. Rebounded by Henderson. And he gets the ball out to Snyder. Here come the Blue Devils. Ferry goes up for the shot. Ferry is unbelievable.
He's missed one shot tonight. That's his 27th point. He's been incredible.
27 points, and we're still in the first half. Spin around jumper by Wiley is no good, and Henderson breaks the ball off to the Blue Devils. Ferry from three-point range hits from out there. And Danny Ferry is unstoppable right now. 30 points for Ferry.
This might be one of the greatest shooting performances I've ever seen in half of college basketball.
Duke has 43 points, and Ferry has 30 of them. I have never seen anything like it.
It's incredible.
Miami throws the ball away. Duke will inbound it.
And he knows he's hot. He's clapping his hands every time they're coming down the court saying, give me that rock. I want to shoot it.
Substitution for the Blue Devils. That is Abdel Nabi back in. Ferry has 70% of Duke's points. Ferry has 30. Duke has 43. Ferry with the ball outside. Now to Snyder. Snyder from three-point range. No good. Ferry grabs the rebound. Abdel Nabi underneath. He scores, and he's fouled by Wiley. Abdel Nabi from Bloomfield, New Jersey, a junior, 6'10", 240. Gets two and a chance for the three-point play. Duke is leading 45-38.
It is Danny Ferry's night. You can see Eric Brown coming out. Ferry was over his back, took two hands, pushed him squarely in the backside, got the rebound, and fed it underneath. Everything's going right for Danny Ferry this evening.
At a timeout called by the University of Miami. Mark Richardson is the man who came in to replace Eric Brown. Well, to me, it's an incredible performance by Danny Ferry.
He's got 70% of Duke's points, and I got to think that as Bill Foster talks to his club over there, they're down by 7 points. He's got to be saying it is impossible for Duke to stay this hot.
Rebound ball.
All right, now let's listen to Coach Bill Foster.
Great. Never off the defense again. Set up, let's run forward. Stretch the defense. Whoever Ferry's guard is always going to cut it.
I don't like this score sign. It's important. Bill Foster,
stretch him out.
1 point only. Try to have 2 points. That's a low shot.
Stretch it on the perimeter. Yeah, let's go. Good work. Hey.
Ferry is now 14 of 15. He's got 2 for 2 on the three-point range, total of 30 points in roughly, let's see, 15 minutes of play. That's not bad basketball, Frank.
No. You know, Ferry, of course, Danny Ferry is a senior. 30 points he has. The Miami Heat playing in this edifice right here in the arena. Plenty of their front office people are here watching this basketball game tonight. As Abdel Nabi misses the free throw. And the Heat has number 4 pick in the NBA draft. That is Byrne, Dennis Byrne. And it is 45-40 as the Canes try to come back now.
That's 14 for Dennis.
4:50 left to go in the first half. Ferry puts one up. And it is grabbed by Joe Wiley off the boards. Gets it to Presto. Presto down the left side, back to Wiley. On the right side, it comes to Williams. Dennis Byrne getting around Henderson. Trying to drive in now on Snyder. Cannot. Underneath to Richardson. Mark puts it up. No good. Ball goes out of bounds off a Blue Devil. Miami ball. 45-40. The Blue Devils by 5. What a basketball game this crowd of around 6,000 is seeing here at the arena tonight. That is Dennis Burns trying to make a move on Ricky. Left-hand push shot is no good, and Abdel Nabi grabs the rebound. Snyder will set up the play for the Blue Devils. Presto picks up Snyder. Spin around jumper by Ferry. Doesn't matter what hand he uses. I think he could drop kick the ball through.
Absolutely incredible performance. He's not afraid to throw it up from three-point range on the jump hook here. Joe Wiley flagged there. He's going to go to the line for a three-point opportunity.
Foul on Lavertus Williams is first.
This might put it in proper perspective, Frank. Danny Ferry has 32 points. His career high is 33.
He has 32 points already with 4:15 left to go in the first half. Brown comes in for Wiley. That ties his career high. It is 48-40, Duke by 8. Presto down. Brown. And to Williams for the jumper. Three-point opportunity and good. A trifecta for Lavertus Williams. And it is 48-43. The Canes hang in there against the top-rated team in the nation. Quinn Snyder tries to get it to Ferry, and Abdel Nabi grabs it and gets the 2 points, and he is fouled on the play.
They're very fortunate to come up with a loose ball. There's Mark Richardson. He gets him on the right arm. Abdel Nabi will go to the line. Abdel Nabi is an Egyptian. His family came to the United States in 1971.
He converts, and it is 50-43. Duke by 7. Kevin Presto, and he is fouled. That's a blocking foul charged to Henderson. As Presto had the lane, and Henderson stepped in front of him and is called for the personal foul.
I am really impressed by Kevin Presto tonight. He's making things happen. You can see Henderson sliding underneath there. Clearly did not have his position established. And that'll put Kevin Presto at the line for a one-on-one opportunity.
Duke leading 51-43. And the first one, all important. He has to make the first one to earn the second. So he earns it.
Must convert these one-on-one opportunities. We saw Joe Wiley miss one earlier tonight.
Kevin Presto closing in on the 1,000-point mark for his career. He won't get there tonight or this week, but this season he should. Started tonight with 925 career points. Abdel Nabi takes the pass. Shot is no good, and Wiley taps the rebound over to Eric Brown to Presto. To Wiley driving in and out, no good. Two bodies hit the deck, and who will be called for the foul?
They're calling it on Joe Wiley on the charge.
Wiley charging into Danny Ferry.
Tough to criticize this kind of abandon here, but Ferry has established his position underneath. Joe Wiley will send Ferry to the line at the other end with his one-on-one opportunity.
If that ball goes, it's 2 points for Wiley despite the foul, but of course it did not go. 51-45, Duke by 6, and Ferry will go to the line. Ferry came in hitting 72% of his free throws, and that makes it a new career high in scoring for Dan Ferry.
For a game, and he's got another 23 minutes to play.
34 points now for Ferry. Off the back rim, and he's no good. Burns up court for the Hurricane. Presto with a shot from three-point range, no good. Rebound by Williams off his hands, but knocked out by the Blue Devils. So it'll be Miami's basketball. Presto will make the inbounds pass. Here comes Mark Richardson back into the basketball game, replacing Joe Wiley for the Canes. Richardson in, Wiley out. 3:18 left to go in the first half. Duke leading by 7, 52-45. And it comes to Williams, now to Presto. Presto is the playmaker now. He is the spark plug for the Hurricanes. Passes back to Richardson. Mark's shot is short and grabbed off by Duke's Robert Brickey. Down it comes. That is Ferry with the ball. Underneath, spin around shot taken. And no basket, no basket. They say no basket.
Ala Abdelnaby caught pushing underneath the bucket there.
Personal foul is charged against number 30 Duke's.
You can see it here. Kubek goes up with a jumper. You can see Abdelnaby just pushing right in the middle of the back. Boy, Duke is physical underneath. He took Mark Richardson and pushed him about 4 feet underneath the basket.
Richardson will go to the line. 52-45. Duke by 7 with 2:59 left to go in the first half. No good, and Ferry rebound. To Kubek, and back it comes to Quinn Snyder. Snyder brings it up slowly against Presto as Duke slows the ball game down for the moment. That is Kubek spinning away from Robertus Williams. Back out it comes to Ferry at the head of the key. Works the ball underneath. Shot is taken from underneath and no good. Shot was taken by Christian Leitner. That is Miami's basketball. Ferry, the last man to touch it for Duke.
Good hustle by Kevin Presto. I think unlike the UCLA game, what we see tonight is Miami really selling out. They're going for the loose balls. They're really hustling against this Duke ball.
Foul against Duke. And Miami will go to the line. That is the third personal on Christian Leitner. Leitner goes out of the ball game, and John Smith from Port Washington, Maryland, comes back in for the Duke Blue Devils.
Another one of those one-on-one opportunities we discussed.
So Brown sinks the first and earns the second. Eric Brown.
Okay, I got you.
Averaging 26 plus coming in. Converts both, and it is a 5-point lead for Duke, 52-47. The Canes trying to come back, and come back they have repeatedly here in the first half. Snyder brings it down. Now Ferry way outside. Snyder back to Ferry. Shot is taken underneath, no good, and the foul is called. Kubek took the shot, and he is fouled underneath.
Miami's in a zone here. There's a little bit of a mixer. Duke recognizes it.
Robertus Williams.
Two defenders converging there. I think he got 2 fouls. The official had a choice there.
Well, he charged it to Robertus, his second. And to the line goes Christian Leitner. Or rather, John Smith, I beg your pardon. John Smith. 53-47, Duke by 6. And it's the Blue Devils by 7, 54-47, with 2:12 left to go in the first half. The Hurricanes have made quite a game of it. Presto brings the ball down. Picked up by Snyder. Back to Williams. Robertus takes the shot. Off the front rim, no good. Presto grabs the rebound. Fadeaway jumper by Presto for 2. And it's 54-49. The Canes trailing by but 5. Snyder brings the ball up. I'll tell you, the Blue Devils know they've been in a basketball game tonight. Kubek going up against Mark Richardson. And Richardson fouls him. It'll be Kubek to the line.
Great move by Kubek. He's so strong and physical. He pumps up head, shoulders, everything. He's got him in the air. And then he converts for the 3. At least he's going to the line for a chance at the 3-point.
4 fouls now on Mark Richardson, 4th personal foul. It was not known how much Richardson would be able to play tonight, but his leg, there's nothing serious. If you've been following Miami basketball, you know the senior Richardson has injured his right leg. Dan Ferry has gone to the bench. Richardson, though.
Joseph Randon comes into the lineup for Mark Richardson.
57-49, Duke by 8. Randon takes the shot, it is no good, and rebounded by Robert Brickey of the Blue Devils. Shot is taken by Kubek. Rolls across, no good. Abdelnaby puts it up, no good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They get Abdelnaby again.
He's gotten away with a lot underneath this evening, but not that time.
That will be his third personal foul. Krzyzewski says why. Coaches are not supposed, under the rules, not supposed to say anything to an official during the course of a basketball game, but I don't think I've ever seen it called unless a little vulgarity or something is used.
Well, Coach K comes out of Bobby Knight's school, and they do plenty of talking to the referees.
Well, but he's never been known to throw a chair. Eric Brown takes the shot, no good, followed up by Williams, no good, and as two men go up for it, trying to put it through for the Canes, the whistle blows.
Offensive interference is the call. Ball was on the rim. That was not very good shot selection by the Hurricanes on that trip.
Krzyzewski played for Bobby Knight at Army, right?
That is correct.
And then he was an assistant coach to Bobby Knight. Two bodies hit the floor there. The shot was taken by Kubek. It was no good.
He's getting called. Kubek gets called for the charge here. You can see Lavertis is planted. Takes a lot of heart to take that charge. You know what a linebacker feels like right now.
And they wear no padding. This is a non-contact sport, though, of course, Jim Mandich, you know that.
I have great respect for the physicality of basketball at this level.
I know what you mean. Brandon out of the ball game, and coming in for the University of Miami is Brandon Adams, a 6'6 freshman. Brandon Adams. Williams' shot is no good, and rebound was almost lost there by Smith, but Duke gets it back, and Henderson brings the ball across against Presto. Driving the baseline for the shot, Bricky, blocked out of bounds. Duke retains possession.
Great anticipation by Dennis Burns.
57 seconds left to go in the first half. Coach K. In it comes to Henderson, now to Smith. Underneath to Abdelnaby. And a nice move underneath the basket there by Dennis Burns defensively. Canes come out with the ball. Presto brings it down. Lavertis Williams shoots, scores! 57-51, Duke by 6. 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. They'll run the clock down, will the Blue Devils. They will not have to get a shot off before the game clock runs down. 20 seconds. Bricky just holds the ball. Looks back to Coach Krzyzewski for instructions. Now to Henderson. Henderson signaling one last shot. Abdelnaby takes it and scores. 3 seconds left to go. 2 seconds. And as the ball is stolen by Smith, whistle blows, and there will be a free throw attempt before the half ends. The clock has run out. Duke leading 59-51.
Very careless mistake by Eric Brown that time.
Very unnecessary, really. So John Smith will go to the free throw line. Even though time has run out, he was fouled by Brown before the buzzer sounded. It is no good. And he will get another one. He gets one more.
We'll test his powers of concentration here.
Well, they're pretty good. So now it is halftime, but don't go away because that is just the half of it. It is Duke 60, Miami 51. We'll be back with halftime activities right after this timeout on Sports Channel Florida. Well, I've got a little personal story if I have time to throw it in. You look at Danny Ferry, 34 points, a career high for him, and you mentioned the pro scouts drooling. And I'll finish that story because they tell me right now we want to show you some halftime statistics, but a little bit of nostalgia. First of all, for Duke, 23 out of 37, Miami 18 of 35, 63% for Duke, 51 for Miami. Good shooting by both teams. Free throw line, Duke has a slight edge, 80% to 75. Rebounds, really, that's the surprise to me, Jim.
That is surprising, and the turnovers as well. I think both the turnovers and the rebounds point to what we talked about. Miami is really hustling out here tonight.
We'll have more to say about the first half and all the action of the second half when we come back to the arena right after this timeout. 60-51 Duke. We're back at the Miami Arena, ready for the second half of action. I'm Frank Messer along with Jim Mandich. Duke leading by a score of 60-51. Leading scorers, Danny Ferry, 34 points for Duke. Dennis Burns, 14 for Miami. Abdul Nabi out-rebounded by Robertus Williams, 11-10. And Presto also with 10 rebounds. Henderson with 6 for Duke. And here we go. Miami puts the ball in play as we start the second half. Hocker on the court along with Brown, Burns. Joe Wiley starting the second half with Mark Richardson over on the bench. Robertus Williams, Hocker, Burns, Wiley, and Brown. In it comes to Wiley. Wiley moving well. Robertus Williams shoots no good and tipped in by Wiley. What a play.
Incredible effort. He went straight up in the air, got it with his left hand, tipped it off the board and in.
60-53. Duke by 7. And Duke with the ball. That's Henderson down for Duke. And undercuts Wiley as Henderson hits the deck. Little wet spot down there. And the ball goes over to Miami. Eric Brown gets it in to Hocker. Ferry, Abdel Nabi, Henderson for Duke, Quinn Snyder, and Robert Brickey. Just underway here in the second half. Good pass. Good handoff to Dennis Burns from Brown.
Look for Miami to get some mileage out of that matchup. Brown is just too quick for Danny Ferry.
And it's 60-55, Duke by 5. That's Ferry taking the shot. He scores 36 points for Dan Ferry, 62-55. Hocker down for Miami. Brown, Robertus Williams. Lob pass into Joe Wiley. Wiley making a move on Abdel Nabi. Shoots it, is no good, but a whistle blows. And a foul on Ferry. Foul on Ferry will be
Personal foul is charged against number 35.
His third foul.
his third personal foul.
Third personal foul.
3 on Ferry.
Personal foul against the Blue Devils.
I had a chance. Now we'll take a look at that play.
You can see Ferry. He's just trying to help out on this one.
Hocker inbounds the ball to Eric Brown. Hocker gets it back outside. Hocker will set up the play. Presto not in the lineup right now. Williams to Hocker. Couple of bounces and to Burns. Burns starts the drive, goes in against Brickey. In and out, no good. Followed up by Wiley. Two for Wiley.
We could be seeing the Hurricane postman of the future in the making this evening.
10 points for Joe Wiley. No doubt in my mind. As Richardson a senior and Wiley just a sophomore. There, a foul will be called against Robertus Williams.
Reaching in on the drive. Almost picked it clean. See Brickey driving, you see Robertus helping out, gets him on the left wrist there, and Brickey loses control.
Duke will inbound the ball. Ferry gets it in to Quinn Snyder. Snyder will set up the play. Looks for Henderson, finds him. Henderson back to Ferry on the left-hand corner. I don't care where he is on the court. Ferry is able to score. He now has 38 points in the basketball game. Duke leads 62-57.
And he's not hitting any iron either, Frank. That's what's made this display so incredible. It's nothing but net.
Wiley gets a three-pointer. Trifecta for Joe Wiley. 64-57. The Canes are hanging in there with him. Now the pass underneath from Ferry to Abdel Nabi. Back to Ferry. And the shot is good. It is 66-60. Scoreboard had shorted out for just a moment a second ago, and I gave you the wrong score. I beg your pardon. It is now 66-60. Wiley back to Burns for the left hand push shot, no good, and Abdel Nabi grabs the rebound for Duke. Gives the ball off to Snyder, and Quinn Snyder will slow things down for a moment. Snyder from Mercer Island, Washington. The beautiful suburb of Seattle. Underneath to Bricky for the slam. Bricky.
And a great assist by Danny Ferry.
Bricky out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Now Joe Wiley takes the pass from Hawker. And Wiley is fouled by Bricky.
In the replay, we can see Bricky reaching in on Joe Wiley. There he strips him right on the left wrist. Ball comes loose. The official quick to flag that one.
Second team foul against Duke. Canes have one here in the second half. Wiley goes in, tries to take the shot, and he is fouled this time by Abdelnabi.
That's 4 on Abdelnabi. He was a little slow to react from the weak side. Didn't get in position and kind of nudged him with his hip.
Coming into the ball game for Duke University, John Smith replaces Abdelnabi.
Problem with Duke is these parts are interchangeable. They go about 10 deep in their lineup.
Well, the experts who follow basketball very closely say that Duke's second 5 would probably make a team in the top 40 in the nation. There's 6 through 10 men. Wiley at the line. Up and in. 68-61, 16:51 left to go in the basketball game.
You know, you look at Joe Wiley, you see a young guy having the time of his life right now. He is loose.
14 points for Joe. Make it 15 points. And the Canes are back to within 6. 68-62. Duke leading. Quinn Snyder. And the ball is really stolen away by Bricky from his own man. Snyder did not expect that, I don't think. I don't think that was a set play.
They don't have drop kicks in college basketball, Frank.
Now back outside to Snyder. Snyder across to Ferry. Ferry feeds the ball to Smith underneath. And John Smith from Fort Washington, Maryland goes in for 2. Now Brown works it to Wiley. Wiley passes back out to Brown. Burns handles the ball to Hawker. Hawker slowing play down. Eric Brown, 28 seconds on the shooting clock. To Wiley, handling the ball well. Shot taken 3-point range by Lavertus Williams is no good. And Duke comes off with the rebound. Quinn Snyder fires it across to Ferry, and that'll be no basket whether it goes or not. Whistle had blown before the shot.
Dennis Brown trying to fight through the pick set by Smith. That's his second personal foul.
Dennis Burns. Here comes Kevin Presto in, replacing Thomas Hawker. So Presto in for the Canes. That foul on Burns is his second personal. Timeout is called on the court. Duke leads 70-62. We'll be right back after this timeout. Well, the Miami cheerleaders and the sensations on the floor. I've got to tell this story. You look at Danny Ferry out here. He is 6'10", 230 pounds, son of Bob Ferry, who is vice president and general manager of the Washington Bullets. I had a chance to talk to Bob just while you were talking out there on the court at halftime, Jim Mandich. And I said, Bob, is he the same one? And he said, Frank, he's the same one. I used to hold Danny Ferry on my lap when he was a babe in arms. Bob Ferry was my next door neighbor in an apartment complex in Baltimore, Maryland, when Danny Ferry was born. And there he is, and I can't believe it.
Well, he certainly grew up at that time. Got 40 points tonight. He's all a 6'10", and as you look at him, he's got a big frame, 235, 240 pounds. He's going to be a great pro.
I don't think he'd remember me, though. He was much less than a year old at that time, and it's just a bit of nostalgia. Now back to action, where Duke is leading 70-62, and Snyder takes the pass. Snyder will try to set the play up.
Miami has changed to a zone defense. Little change up.
Ferry has hit 18 out of 20 shots from the floor tonight. He passes off this time to Henderson. Wiley guarding Smith underneath. Henderson gets it back, shoots no good. And it's followed up by Smith. That is what they said. It's not the first shot that's going to kill you, the second shot that the Blue Devils get. Now Wiley to Lavertus Williams. Williams guarded by Henderson to Presto. Quinn Snyder on Presto. Wiley holds it high. Ferry comes out to meet him. Lavertus from three-point range, no good. They let the ball go out of bounds. It'll be Blue Devils ball.
Well, that was not a good shot. He was covered on three-point range. That's not the kind of shot selection Bill Foster would like to see.
Duke by 10, 72-62, 15 minutes left to play in the basketball game. The Hurricanes have given them a ball game so far. Now, that is Snyder. A reverse layup from the baseline is good. Quinn Snyder puts it up, and he is fouled on the play.
And Bill Foster says, I want a timeout. I don't like what's happening out here.
12-point lead for Duke, and when we come back, it'll be Snyder with the free throw line, and we'll be back right after this commercial timeout on Sports Channel, Florida. Well, I'll tell you, aside from the fact that Danny Ferry has hit 90% of his free throws tonight, here's a very surprising rebound, I think. The Hurricanes have been right in there in rebounds with the Duke Blue Devils, even though for the year Miami has been out-rebounded on the average of 41 to 35 a ball game. So far in this game, Duke has 21 and Miami 20 off the boards, and I think that is certainly a good sign for the game. Well, now it's updated now, 23 rebounds for Duke to 20 for Miami, and still
much better ratio than we saw against UCLA. I think Miami, in general, is doing a much better job at the dirty work of the game this evening.
Oh, much better job in all aspects of the game. It is no good by Snyder. Score remains 74-62, Duke by 12, as Presto brings it down. All the way in, and the shot is no good. Rebound is grabbed by Libertus Williams. Wiley gets the loose ball for two. Joe Wiley's having himself quite a night. You said it, Jim Mandich. He's having fun.
He's having the night of his life right now.
And away from the basketball. They're going to call one on Smith, on John Smith. John Smith called for the foul, his first personal. Turns the ball over to Miami, and here's Presto down with it. Canes are down by 10. Hanging in there with the #1 rated team in the nation, the Duke Blue Devils. Wiley back outside to Presto, tries to get around Snyder. Gives to Burns, falls, and the pass is intercepted by Snyder. He goes soloing in, and Presto fouls him. Presto had to foul him then to save 2 points.
You can see Quinn Snyder going to the hole. Presto gets him on the left wrist. You can see Presto trying to make up for the turnover. Quinn Snyder's a great athlete. He's got great leaping ability. He's going to go to the line for two.
That was one of those unfortunate turnovers where Dennis Burns at a wet spot, I believe, on the court fell down, tried to force the ball back to Presto, and it was intercepted by Snyder. 75-64. Duke by 11. Duke by a dozen. 14-10 left to go in the basketball game. Pass intended for Wiley, grabbed off by Ferry. Fires it back to John Smith, and a whistle away from the ball.
Miami's getting a little sloppy with their ball handling. They need to make sure that they get a good pass at the basket each and every time I'm down the court.
Well, sticking to a game plan, Miami has played tight for the Blue Devils right up till this point. And they're still very much in the basketball game as Eric Brown hits. And it's 76-66.
Eric is not shy. He took it right to Danny Ferry and over top of Danny Ferry for two.
Snyder brings it down against Presto. Fires to Smith underneath. Smith fakes, goes up and misses. And Wiley grabs the rebound for Miami. Presto brings it down on the fast break. Handed off to Burns. Left-hand shot, no good. Battle underneath, won by John Smith. Bodies fly, Wiley hits the deck. Duke comes out with the ball. Snyder to Henderson. Underneath, Ferry goes up for the shot, and he is fouled.
Eric Brown trying to pick it clean.
Wiley put his hand up. But the foul is on Eric Brown.
Pretty smart foul here. You can see Eric Brown gets him on the left wrist as he goes up for the put up underneath the bucket. That was a sure two. So you got to say that was a pretty good foul. If Ferry scores one more point, it'll be the most against U of M since the program was brought back by anybody.
Well, he's got the point. Little by-play away from the shot as Presto went backing into Ferry. And a little discussion now with the Blue Devils, Quinn Snyder and one of the officials. Ferry hits on both of them. So they'll be going to the record books. Here's Presto down quickly for Miami. Takes the shot, three-point range, no good. Rebounded by Bricky of the Blue Devils. And Snyder brings it down. Feeds Ferry. Ferry fakes, goes up and shoots over Dennis Burns. I've never seen a man in my life as hot as Ferry.
I have never seen someone this hot. He could throw it up from any place. On the other end of the court, that was a terrible effort by Kevin Presto last time. They've got to get a better effort than that.
Adams shoots and scores. That is Brandon Adams, a 6'6" freshman, putting it through for Miami, 80-68. The Canes just have to settle down and play the way they played all through this basketball game. They're still in it, very much so. Duke loses the ball out of bounds, but they say a Miami man touched it last, and it'll be Blue Devils basketball. Ferry will inbound it. That brings Bill Foster to his feet. And it comes to Bricky. Knocked away, battle for the ball, and it is tied up on the floor. And it will be Duke's ball. Ferry now has 44 points. And it'll be Ferry who passes the ball in. Henderson. Ferry, three-point shot. This time he misses. One of the few times he has missed tonight. Only the third shot he has missed from the floor, if memory serves me. As Duke brings, Miami brings the ball down.
Eric Brown was called on a push that time down on the baseline at the Duke end of the court, Miami end of the court. That's 4 fouls on him. It's not a good pass. You can see Eric Brown gives him a push right in the left hip. Good job by the officials there.
Henderson goes out and John Smith back in for Duke. 4 fouls on Eric Brown. The aggressive style of play displayed by the Blue Devils will force the opposition into a lot of fouls. And Duke can afford to foul because we mentioned that their second 5 is, they don't lose that much, really. Back in Wiley for the University of Miami. Eric Brown goes out. And both teams go to the sideline as one of the officials goes to the scoring table.
Coach K has his ball club huddled at the sideline.
Duke winning by a margin of 33.4 points per game on average this year, winning 5, losing none. The officials tonight, Lenny Wirtz is the referee, Stanley Rote is the #1 umpire, and Steve Gordon the #2 umpire. They call both coaches over for conference. And it is now being explained that the horn is no longer working and a whistle will have to be used in place of the warning horn or warning buzzer on the sideline. So both officials, or rather both coaches,
will be used to blow substitutions into the contest.
The horn is out on the 45-second clock. That's what it is. So for timeouts, a whistle will be used to warn the teams to come back onto the floor. Now we saw the University of Miami team mishear that warning whistle one time, giving up an easy field goal to the opposition.
That is correct.
First time I'd ever seen that happen in a basketball game. Duke brings the ball down. So that is the explanation for the meeting on the sideline. Snyder gets it to Ferry in the key. Ferry to Abdelnabi. Spin around jumper in and out, no good. Follow up tap, no good. And coming off of the ball, Presto to Burns. Burns finds a handle, goes up and scores for Miami. 80-70, and the Canes continue to hang in there against the Blue Devils.
That's his 18th point. Miami needs to generate some buckets off the transition game.
John Smith trying to work his way in against Wiley. Gives the ball back outside. Now underneath to Abdelnabi. Up for a shot, and he is fouled. Abdelnabi is fouled. Could have been Brandon Adams.
They get Burns. They lob it in. Burns is given weak side help. The guards and the small forwards are doing a much better job helping out. It's tough to fault this kind of effort because Miami needs to get the guards and the small forwards back down in the paint to offset that size advantage that Duke has over Miami.
Greg Kubak back in for Duke as Abdelnabi puts it up and in from the free throw line. And it is 81-70, Duke by 11. Hurricanes a much, much different basketball team than the one that took the court against UCLA a week or so ago. 10 days ago, Abdel Nabi hits again. And now, timeout is called with the score. Duke 82, Miami 70. We'll be back right after these important messages on Sports Channel Florida. Well, after this game, Jim managed, the Hurricanes have only one more home game before a very extended road trip. They play Long Island here at the Miami Arena on December 16th. Then they will be in Gainesville to play Florida, then on to Honolulu, Hawaii for the Chaminade Christmas Classic. No, don't drool, we won't be there, unfortunately. Presto down with the ball for the Canes. Drives all the way down, passes it back outside to Robertus Williams. Three-point effort, no good. Burns on the follow-up. No good. Ball just won't drop for the Canes. And a whistle underneath. Foul maybe on Bricky of Duke. No, it's on Robertus Williams of Miami, I believe. We'll take another look.
Again, we see great effort by Miami at their end, working the boards. You see Wiley, look at his effort. He's higher than anybody, and he gets it on the back. Looks like Kubek nailed him when he was going up for the tip.
Kubek is who it is, and Presto gets it into Robertus Williams. Presto comes out to meet the pass. Now to Wiley. Back it comes to Presto. To Wiley for the shot. No good this time, and rebounded by Ferry.
Not a good shot. It's not the one they're working for.
When Snyder brings it down, the bounce pass to Kubek on the right side. Underneath to Smith, the big man. Back to Kubek. Shoots from three-point range, no good. And Burns taps it over to Kevin Presto. Presto racing down, flips off to Robertus. And Williams scores. Robertus Williams, a 6'2 senior, puts it through for Miami, 82-72. Duke by 10 with 10:45 left to go in the ball game. 13 points. And as the shot goes up, it is good, and they will call a foul on Robertus Williams. Here it is
when you
again.
take a look at it here, you can see the backside help. You see Robertus just to the right of the screen. It gets over a little late, moves under. That's one of those tough calls in basketball. That one could have gone either way.
But the shot is good by Bricky, and he'll go to the line. Robert Bricky from Fayetteville, North Carolina, playing very close to his hometown. Now for Miami, Eric Brown comes in and Adams out. Brown in for Brandon Adams. And Bricky at the line. Bricky, Snyder, Ferry for Duke, along with Kubek and John Smith. Converting the three-point play, it is 85-72 now, Duke by 13. Kevin Presto has Brown on the court. Burns, Wiley, Robertus Williams. Burns takes the shot, it's no good. Tap by Wiley, no good, and John Smith rebounds for the much taller Blue Devils. Snyder finds Ferry. Ferry drives around Burns, passes drop pass intercepted by Kevin Presto. Loses, keeps hands on the ball, gets it off to Eric Brown and back to Presto.
One heart.
What scrambling by Presto. Wiley up for the shot. It is no good. What a foul underneath. And the foul is on, I believe, Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder. That's his third personal.
There goes the pass down low to Wiley. He's exploding to the hole. He still, although Quinn Snyder had a hold of his arm, he still came very close to making that shot.
I want to tell you something. This is some kind of basketball game, and what an effort by the Hurricanes of the University of Miami. Wiley goes to the line. 10:05 left in the basketball game. Goes first shot, no good. He'll get another. Fouled in the act of shooting. Duke leading 85-72.
Need to make these free throws.
Off the front rim, no good, and the rebound is tapped into the hands of Quinn Snyder of Duke. Even Duke's guards are big. Bill Henderson 6'4", Snyder 6'3". A lot of whistles. Let's watch it again.
Ferry's got the mismatch. You can see Dennis Burns can't do anything but foul.
So Ferry goes to the line. Dennis Burns now with 4 personal fouls. Ferry hits.
I'm sure the technique they'd coach there would be a 3-quarter front and not playing behind Danny Ferry down low. You let him get the ball down there, back you up, he's going to score every time.
He misses on that one off the back rim. And they call Kevin Presto. That's the 3rd foul on Presto. He was warned for that move once before.
He was getting a little cute. Ferry, when he was at the 3-point line, Presto was moving in on him immediately after the shot.
He was warned for doing that earlier. Just a few minutes ago, we mentioned. He was warned for it. Now they blow the whistle on him. And Ferry will stay at the line. Here's the attendance tonight, 6,143. The 6th all-time high home attendance for University of Miami basketball game, and this will surpass the 6,023 for the UCLA game, making this the largest crowd since basketball was reinstated at the University of Miami.
And everybody here tonight was entertained.
Oh, without a doubt. They've been on their feet, they've been cheering, they've been having fun, they've been having a great time. And Miami's still very much in the basketball game, although Duke now has opened up a 14-point lead with 9:54 left to play. Let's take this commercial timeout. We'll be right back. We invite you to tune in Sports Channel Florida this Tuesday, December 13th at 7:30 p.m. as longtime state rivals heat up again with our tip-off coverage of women's college basketball. Join us as the Lady Gators of the University of Florida battle the Lady Seminoles of Florida State right here on Sports Channel Florida. Standard equipment for the Florida sports fan. That was the technical shot. They called a technical on Kevin Presto, and Danny Ferry thanked the technical.
Who else would you send to the line tonight, Frank?
Well, when you have your choice, you know, that's right. Unless you got Annie Oakley out there with a 30-30. You want now Foster up. He has an inquiry. Duke will retain possession of the basketball on the technical, and Ferry will inbound it. Brings it into Snyder. Duke now leading 87-72, 15-point lead. That is the widest margin in the basketball game. Snyder handles the ball, being guarded by Presto. To Bricky underneath. Bricky goes up over Eric Brown for the 2-pointer. And it's 89-72. 9:30 left to play here at the arena. Vertus Williams to Joe Wiley. Tries to force the ball into Burns. Taken away by Duke, but in so doing, the Blue Devils commit the foul. Be on Snyder. Quinn Snyder picks up his 4th personal.
You can see the flash in the lane. You can just see Quinn Snyder come over the back there. He gets called for the foul. That's his 4th.
It'll send Dennis Burns to the free throw line. He'll be shooting 1-1 as that is the 7th team foul on the Duke Blue Devils. He earns the bonus up by sinking the first. 89-73, Duke by 16.
That's 19 for Dennis.
Now 20 sounds better than 19. Let's see if he gets it. He's got the 20. 89-74. Duke by 15, and Duke with the basketball. Henderson. Duke back. Ricky handles it outside. Guarded by Brown. Puts the ball to Ferry, and Ferry puts it up and in. Danny Ferry with 2 more for the Blue Devils, who now lead 91-74. Joe Wiley loses possession of the ball as he is fouled by Bricky, though. Foul will be on Bricky.
Personal foul is charged against number 21.
This is created by Kevin Presto's penetration. Nice dish off on the roll. And you can see the hook on the wrist.
So Wiley will go to the free throw line. Duke leading 91-74. 2 shots for Joe Wiley.
That's 3 misses in a row for Joe. He doesn't have good rotation on the ball. That one's in. No, it's not.
And it is rebounded by Bricky of Duke. He'll let Henderson bring the ball down court. Phil Henderson from University Park, Illinois, a junior. Ferry with the ball. And 2 more from Ferry. Unbelievable. How many points does he have now?
If he's not at half 100, I'll be surprised.
Wiley's tap is no good. Followed up underneath, still no good. And the whistle again. That time was Eric Brown who tried to follow it up. And Brown may have been fouled.
Personal foul, charged against number 33, John Smith.
Good effort on the offensive end. Getting the second shot. Here comes Brown. He gets raked.
Yes, sir, he does, by John Smith of Duke.
Let me interject that Danny Ferry is now 21 of 24, 49 points on the night.
21 of 24, unbelievable. Well, Eric Brown hits on the first free throw. And there's Coach Krzyzewski, Mike Krzyzewski.
Coach K to his players.
That's right.
They don't even try.
Well, you can't hardly blame them. That is Bricky with the ball. Burns trying to reach in, steal it away. Bricky gets the shot off. It is no good, and Wiley rebounds, gets the ball to Presto. Pass break for the Canes. Burns feeds for Lavertus Williams on the break, and Lavertus Williams scores.
That's textbook fast break. Beautiful.
It is 93-78 with 8:10 left to go in the basketball game. Duke out in front. Kubak works the ball in, gets it back, works it in again. This time to John Smith. He is fouled as he goes up with a shot. If that's on Wiley, he's out of the ball game. How do you get Coach K out of Krzyzewski or Krzyzewski out of Coach K? That's 5 on Wiley. So Joe is out of the ball game.
Mike gets a nice hand.
Yes, he
Quite
does.
an effort.
He's had a great ball game and gets a standing ovation from a lot of the fans as he goes to the bench. Pat on the back from his coach, Bill Foster. You get Krzyzewski out of K or K out of Krzyzewski by spelling it K-R-Z-Y-Z-E-W-S-K-I. 49 points for Danny Ferry, a new Duke University scoring record. John Smith at the line puts it up and in, and he'll shoot again.
And he beats the record of Dickie Grote, 1952 versus North Carolina. He went on to star in a little baseball.
Yes, he did for the...
He was a
St.
great
Louis
All-American for Duke on the basketball court
Yes,
as well.
he was. No question about that. Brown takes the shot and misses, and as the ball is rebounded by Duke, Smith hits the baseline, goes out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. Presto will inbound it. 16-point lead for the Blue Devils. 7:47 left to go. And it comes to Eric Brown. He goes up with a shot, and it goes for him. So Eric Brown hits us, 94-80. Miami's still in the basketball game against the top-rated team in the nation, the Blue Devils of Duke University. Kubak. And he throws the ball away. Kevin Burns gobbles it up, goes in for the shot, and misses off the boards, and Duke rebounds it. Coming off of the ball for Duke was Phil Henderson. Henderson now being guarded by Kevin Presto. Ferry guarded by Brown, feeds Henderson. Henderson in for the layup and 2 more for the Blue Devils. 96-80, Duke by 16.
Kevin Presto is still saying, where is he?
Presto brings the ball down. He's had quite a night. I'll tell you, this has been a great ball game for the University of Miami. They have, I think, come of age, if they were not already, in this basketball game, win or lose it. John Smith grabs the rebound after Lavertus Williams' shot did not go. I think you have seen the University of Miami basketball team come of age. Smith travels. And Miami will take over the basketball. Duke leading 96-80, 6:34 left to go. Abdel Nabi back into the basketball game for Duke University. Kubak is out. And Brown inbounds it to Presto. Miami down court quickly. Abdel Nabi and Snyder each have 4 personal fouls. They're both in the basketball game right now for Duke. Laverdis Williams on the far side. Puts it underneath, and Adams passes back out to Burns. Burns' shot is good. Adams to Burns, and Burns puts it through. 96-82.
Nicely executed inside-outside basketball. Push it in, pull the defenders in, kick it back out, hit the jumper.
And goaltending will be charged, and that'll be 2 more for Danny Ferry. Goaltending is the call.
There's Danny. Got it up on above the glass. Clearly goaltending.
And I'll tell you, Adams got a long way up in the air there. Adams takes the shot on the other end.
Great effort by Dennis Burns on the tip.
Wow. Burns follows it up. 98-84. 5:40 left to play in this basketball game. This has been a thriller for the crowd of better than 6,100 here in the Miami Arena. To Abdelnaby, and he scores with the hook shot from the baseline. 98-84. Presto, all the way down the middle, passes off to Adams. Adams scores. Brandon Adams, just a freshman, getting some playing time and cashing it in very nicely for the Canes. Duke leading 186. Blue Devils have hit the century mark. Ferry passes back out to Snyder. They'll work the ball now and eat up some clock. Henderson being guarded by Laverdis Williams. Now Snyder outside. Creeps around to Ferry underneath. Ferry up for 2 more. Now Ferry is well over the half-century mark at point. Kevin Presto from 3-point range. Trifecto for Presto. Ferry with 54 points. 102-89. Canes may go over the century mark. Henderson.
Nobody's leaving the arena, Frank.
No, they are not. They are not. This has been a whale of a ball game. That is Abdelnaby slamming it through, and he is fouled by Adams. Abdelnaby.
Impossible to stop him when he's in that position. That was a bad decision by Adams.
So Abdelnaby makes a 104-89. Miami Maniac very much in evidence tonight. John Ruth in that costume does an excellent job as the Maniac and as the Ivan. Abdelnaby at the line, converts the 3-point play. And now Duke out in front, 105-89. Presto will set the play up for the Hurricanes. 105-89, Duke by 16. Brown, and the shot is taken by Williams, 3-pointer. Laverdis Williams from way outside. You know, Williams came into this ball game having hit 10 out of 23 from 3-point range. He now has 18 points in the game tonight.
And that brought the Hurricane coaches and players off the bench. There's the effort by Laverdis Williams. He's got great range. You can see the hit, but he follows through. Excellent form there. Nothing but net.
He was fouled.
And he makes it a 4-pointer.
Fouled by Henderson, and that is one of the few 4-point plays you'll ever see.
And that gets him excited here in Miami Arena.
105-93. That's Snyder down the left side. Presto on guard. Back outside it comes to Ferry. Ferry to Bricky. That was Miami's first 4-point play. Not only tonight, but first of the season.
Duke's trying to slow it down, work some of the clock off.
Snyder holding the ball. Presto guarding him.
We'll get a chance to see what their 3-point is.
And intercepted by Brown as they try to work it into Ferry to Adams. Adams in for the layup. No good. And stuffed in by Eric Brown. Downtown Brown, 105-95. And this game isn't over yet. 3:30 to go.
Let's see if they can work that 3-play again.
Boy, what a reaction from this crowd. Better than 6,100. That is Quinn Snyder working in against Presto. And intercepted again, but tapped right into the hands of John Smith. Loses it, gets it back to Henderson. And Henderson is fouled by, Snyder is fouled by Presto. Kevin Presto will be called for the foul. That will be his 4th personal. I'll tell you something, Jim Mandich. We have seen on just a crowd-pleasing basketball game.
I should say so. When it's 105-95, it's been racehorse basketball all evening.
Snyder at the line, no good. And rebounded by Adams of the Canes to Presto. Presto for three, no good. Rebounded by Brown. Up and in for two. 105-97. Crowd screaming for defense on their feet at the arena. 17 points for Brown. Now to Henderson. The Blue Devils are accustomed to big crowds, of course. Ferry dribbling low, whips it across to Henderson. They'll lead up clock, 20 seconds on the shooting clock. Ferry fakes Adams and misses, but he's fouled.
It's tough to rattle this veteran Duke team. They get it to Danny Ferry in perfect position. Head and shoulder fake. Gets Adams up in the air. He may have jumped into him, but you're never going to get that call as a defensive player.
Danny Ferry will go to the line. Those are his seasonal marks. 50% on his field goal shooting and 72% from the free throw line. He sinks that one. 55 points for Ferry. Make it 56 points for Ferry. Had a little pushing and shoving going on between Brown and Bricky. More about that when we come back. Right now there's a timeout. Duke leads 107-97. We'll be right back. Duke, over the last 5 years, the Blue Devils have a record of 141-37, a winning percentage of .792 for Coach Krzyzewski. And now let's listen to Coach Krzyzewski. Well, we couldn't hear him. We had a little technical problem there. It was not always that easy for Coach K at Duke. His first year, they won 17 and lost 13. Not a bad year. Second year, though, they were 10 and 17, then 11 and 17. Before 1984, the Blue Devils won 24, lost only 10, and they were on their way. Now at Duke, Krzyzewski has won 174, losing 84 games, and has a leg up on this one, although the Canes fighting back as they have all night long. Adams' shot is no good. Bricky grabs the rebound.
Kevin Presto is going to be flagged with a foul, trying to come up with a steal here.
That will be the fourth on Presto.
Fourth personal foul against Presto.
4 personal fouls and 1 technical on Presto. So he will stay in the basketball game. I've been handed this note on the attendance. Update the attendance. Make it 6,654, which will be the largest home attendance in University of Miami basketball history. Snyder at the free throw line. Off the rim, rebounded by Brown. Uptown, brings it down. And he'll bring it across into forecourt. 2:05 on the game clock. Presto now with the ball. Adams shoots for a three-pointer, no good. And Bricky rebounds for Duke. Blue Devils lead by 10. A minute 50 left to go. Actual attendance tonight, 6,654. The earlier count, we gave you 61-43, was a preliminary turnstile count given by the arena and incorrect. Quinn Snyder is fouled by Presto, and that will be 5 on Presto. And this has got to be the game of his career, would you say, Jim?
Very much a part of igniting the offense here this evening. He leaves the game with 13 points. You know, we had Danny Ferry handling the ball right in front of us out here, and not only have we seen his great shooting skills, but he handles the ball out in the backcourt like a guard.
Snyder at the line, he hits the first, he'll shoot again. 108-97, Duke by 11, with a minute 34 left to play. The Blue Devils have had all they could handle from the Canes tonight. Snyder hits again. So the largest crowd ever to see a home basketball game for the University of Miami. Thomas Hocker, who went in for Kevin Presto, scores. Canes try a full court press. Henderson gets the ball across to the forecourt though, and the foul will be on Adams. Adams fouls Brickey, and Brickey will go to the line. 109-99, Duke by 10 with a minute 19 left to go. Third personal against Adams, and Brickey on the line.
Will Foster signals for a timeout, brings his club over to the side.
Though Duke leads by 10, and Jim Mandich, while we have an opportunity right here, just some comments from you on the course of this basketball game.
Well, I think you've got to be, in Bill Foster's shoes, very pleased with your ball club's effort. They have not quit. They've done all the dirty work well. And as you look at the ball game and sum it up, Danny Ferry has 56 points. He shoots the lights out. What can you possibly do to counteract that?
We don't have time to speak it.
Let's see if we can hear Foster.
Everybody go for it. Center field, so we don't give up the cheapie going the other way. All right, we're playing 4. You guys come as high as you have to get the basketball. It's a nice shot. Get on the edge, you got a wide open 3. If you catch it inside, let the kick back out. Hey, here we go. Come on, guys. Go.
Well, I could hear the cheerleaders had a little trouble hearing Bill.
No question. We have witnessed one of the greatest shooting performances that I can recall by young Danny Ferry out here this evening. He's been incredible, and that's the story of the ball game.
His career game, certainly, and he's had a great career on All-American. And still, the Canes down just by 10 points as the free throw is missed, and who will get the ball? It's Miami's basketball. Eric Brown will get it in to Hocker. Hocker picked up by Quinn Snyder. On the move. Gives off to Libertis for a three-point effort. It is no good. Brown with a rebound. Goes up. No good. And followed up by Brown. 2 points for Eric. 109-101. The Canes are over the century mark. Duke leads by 8. And Burns fouls Smith as he comes down to stop the clock at 58 seconds. 5 on Dennis Burns. And let's see who will come in for Burns.
Looks like Joseph Scott coming into the game.
All right, Dennis Burns out, and Joseph Scott comes, Jerome Scott, a freshman, 6'3", 175 pounds. Burns leaves scoring 24 points tonight. Duke out in front by 8. And Smith at the free throw line. Smith not a good free throw shooter. Hitting by roughly 3 out of 10 this year. He makes that one, a pressure free throw right there. And Duke leads by 9 points. It is 110-101. I'll tell you something, everybody in this arena will be back to see another Miami game. I'll guarantee you that. They have, if they like basketball, this has been an excellent ball game. Second one is good by Smith. Well, he'd be lied, but I told you, but those were statistics coming in, 3 out of 10. Hocker takes the shot. It is no good. And a foul is called. The foul will be on Quinn Snyder. That'll be the 5th.
Pretty nifty move there by Thomas Hocker. Got Quinn Snyder in the air, moved into it, took the hit on the shoulder, and still was under control enough to get the ball airborne and almost made the shot.
Well, Snyder leaves with his 5th personal foul. And it looks like, and will be, Greg Kubek. Greg Kubek will come in for Snyder. Kubek from Clifton Park, New York. 6'6", 205. Hocker. Thomas Hocker will go to the line. Shooting 2. No, when you're fouled, taking a shot from 3-point range, you do not get 3 free throws. If the question should ever come up. Hocker misses on the second, and the rebound grabbed by Smith, and Smith is fouled by Adams. That'll be 4 on Adams. Brandon Adams with his 4th personal, and John Smith to the line. Duke 111, Miami 102. Duke University with a record of 5-0, a winning margin averaging 33.4 points better than all opposition they played this year. Taken right down to the wire by Miami. John Smith with 12 points in the basketball game at the free throw line. Up and in. He has 13 and Duke has 112.
This is a Duke ball club that took apart the Kentucky Wildcats. One of the great traditional basketball powers. They beat Kentucky by 25.
As I said a few times before, and it may be repetitious, but the Canes have certainly come of age in this game tonight. Scott shooting, no good. Followed up underneath, still no good, and a foul underneath. The foul will be on Jerome Scott. That brings Foster up to his feet. He wants to know why. Out of all that melee under the basket, why do you pick on my man? Why do you pick on Jerome?
The personal foul. It is the 5th personal foul.
Now they say Lavertus Williams and not Jerome Scott, so Williams has fouled out. Lavertus Williams, number 22, fouls out. And coming in as his replacement, we'll have Jake Morton, 6-foot freshman.
This is good experience for some of the young people on the court right now, Frank.
Without a doubt.
Will pay dividends during the course of the season.
Ferry at the line, and he scores. Dan Ferry.
He's rung up the cash register for 57 and make that 58 points this evening.
He's only missed 1 from the free throw line, as I can recall. Just hit phenomenally from the floor. Better than 80%. Hocker drives all the way down and passes back outside. And the shot is taken off the back rim, no good by Morton. Hocker gets the ball, gives it back to Jerome Scott for a 3-point effort, no good. Hocker gets it again, and Hocker loses the ball over to Duke University. And coming off with it, Robert Brickey fires down to Ferry. Ferry taps it to Kubek underneath, and 2 points for Kubek. Duke leads 117 to 102. Adams fakes Brickey, shoots from 3-point range, no good. Hocker battles for the ball, gets it off to Jake Morton, who goes up for the shot. It is no good.
And just now are people starting to file out the aisles and leave the arena this evening. They have seen a great night of basketball.
7 seconds left. Last foul was on Greg Kubek. So Morton will go to the line, having been fouled by Kubek. And Jake off the back rim.
Freshman a little nervous in there. The adrenaline is pumping. At least he drew some iron.
And off the rim, no good. So Jake Morton fails to score. A man from Bowie, Maryland. And that is the ball game. The final buzzer sounds. Duke wins it, but the Hurricanes put up a battle. I'll tell you something. Final score, 117 to 102. Duke winning by 15 points over the University of Miami. Handshakes around. We'll be back with some final comments on this basketball game. But first, please, this timeout on Sports Channel, Florida. Back at the Miami Arena, I'm Frank Messer along with Jim Mandich. Duke Blue Devils winning by a score of 117 to 102. But I'm going to tell you something. It was one great effort by the University of Miami. At least that's my feeling on the ball game. How about you, Jim Mandich?
I was very much impressed by Miami this evening. I thought the coaches did a tremendous job of preparing the kids to play the game tonight. The kids really put all the effort on the floor, diving for loose balls. Although they were oversized, they did a great job on the boards. But to counterbalance that, Danny Ferry had one of the greatest evening shooting I've ever seen on a college player, and I don't think that's hyperbole.
No, you're absolutely right. I can't recall ever having seen a greater individual effort. I saw Jerry West in his prime. I've seen a lot of them, but I don't think I've ever seen a man put out the effort tonight that Ferry did for Duke.
Well, he rings up 58 points this evening. He was outstanding, and his supporting cast was excellent as well. I don't think you should lose sight of the fact that this is the #1 team in the nation that came in here, and Duke looked every bit the part.
I tell you, they are the #1 team in the nation. They'll go out of here as #1 team in the nation, but the University of Miami has certainly come of age in this ball game and will get nothing but